What's up, y'all? It's Rob from Brix Fitness, and you guys have asked me for this video a few times, and I'm sorry it took so long, but I'm going to give you guys the top 10 books that I read that changed my life, literally. Now, I was one of those people that hated reading, period. I disliked reading with a passion. If I didn't have to read it for school, I wasn't reading it. So some of these books I actually listened to. But as of late, I've grown to actually love to read, like turn the pages and read. That's something that I had to grow into. But I started off with just reading audiobooks. Now, I was a person, man, like before I started reading, I was very limited in my beliefs. I was very limited in my knowledge. Information is powerful. Our decisions make our life. And our decisions are normally based on what we know. So information, you know, one speck of information can change your life. And there's so much great information out here. So I'm gonna give you guys my top 10. Now I've read, I don't know, probably hundreds of books over the last few years. But these are some of the books that I suggest people starting with. As a Man Thinketh is a great book by James Allen. It helped me to begin to reprogram my thinking. I had a very toxic mindset. I had a very, my mindset wasn't very progressive. I had a poverty mindset. And this book by James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, kind of just broke me free of a lot of the mental confinements that I found myself in. Action It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. This book, oh man, it really, this is the second book I read on the law of attraction. It kind of teaches the law of attraction a little bit differently than my first book, which I'm going to mention next. But it's an exciting thing. They tour around the country. Also check out their audio, you know, because they do like seminars where they'll go around and they'll speak about their experience. The next book I want to suggest is The Secret. Now, I'm very big on the law of attraction. If you know anything about me, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know how passionate I am about the law of attraction. I definitely am a supreme believer in the energy of this universe and how you attract what you put out. And The Secret is a great book as an entry-level book about the law of attraction. By all means, it just kind of scratches the surface. It's not the best law of attraction book, but these are the suggestions based on people who are just getting started with this sort of material. So I suggest you start your journey in learning about the law of attraction with The Secret. All right, another book that changed my life was The Alchemist by, I think it's pronounced Paulo Coelho. That's another book that helped me change the way I thought and changed the way I looked at the world. He did a really good job of using stories to illustrate to drive certain points home. So that's a book I definitely suggest people read. The Alchemist. The Richest Man in Babylon is another book, and that is by George Clason, right? It's by George Clason, and that book is, you know, I never was good with money. Like I grew up in a environment where we made money fast and we spent it fast, and I always had bad practices when it came to money. So The Richest Man in Babylon kind of broke me free of my thought pattern when it came to money, and it taught me a lot about how to build wealth, and that's another journey that I'm on as well. Another book that I read is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, right? Yeah, by Stephen Covey. Very practical book. It's straightforward. It gives you the meat and potatoes. Like it gives you practical steps to just improve your productivity and to improve, which effectively improves your life. Another book that I read that helped me with my mindset is a book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's an amazing book. It teaches you how to live in the moment, You know, in this society that we live in is so fast paced. We're always in our phones. We're always doing this or doing that. It kind of speaks about living in the moment and just kind of slowing down. There's a lot of great points. I read it a while ago. I can't remember exactly, but I know that book changed my life. Another book that I want to suggest is called The Slight Edge. Now, this book is unique in that it tells you how to use all the information from these other books, The Secret, the 7 Habits, and the rest of the books that I mentioned. It gives you practical steps on how to actually use the information that you learn from these other books. It's a great one. Definitely a must read. You want to read that one after you read a few of the first ones. So for the 10th book, I want to throw in a fitness book, since this is a fitness channel, and that is by Tom Venuto. It's called Burn the Fat, Feed the Muscle. It's a very practical book. It really breaks down the science behind fat loss, and it explains the difference between fat loss and weight loss. And there's good stuff in there. He basically gives an everyday approach to fat loss from the perspective of a bodybuilder, but it's great stuff. Highly recommend that book. I learned so much from Tom Venuto. I read a few of his other books, and they all are great books. So that's the list. My top 10 books that changed my life and changed the way I think. I'll make this a series. We'll do 10 at a time. But comment below if you read any of these books and let me know what you thought of them and what you took away from them. And I'm gonna sign off. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. As always, shout out to the Brix squad. And I'm just here trying to share the wellness with you guys. So get well, get money.